Hello everyone. Now I'm going to be starting the animal abuse series. I am starting it with statistics for animals in captivity, and these are basically for zoos. Most people like going to the zoo, especially with the kids. They think zoos are entertaining and educational facilities that exist with animals' best interest in mind. However, animals in captivity statistics hide the harsh truth about the environment and treatment of captive animals. We all need to learn more to raise awareness about the actual conditions that captured animals live in. Animal abuse is widespread in 75% of zoo and aquarium facilities. 90% of elephants in entertainment facilities are treated poorly. Polar bears have 1,000,000 times less space in zoos. Only 18% of captive animals are endangered. Extremely threatened species are not supposed to be bred in zoos. The so-called surplus animals in zoos are often killed even if they are healthy. Breeding programs in zoos in Europe include only 200 animal species. The annual wildlife conservation investments amount to over $350 million. Aquariums and zoos worldwide do have an educational role. More tigers are captive in America than there are free roaming globally. Animal lovers usually refrain from reading stats like these because they can be shocking and even painful. Knowing is important though, so we shall continue. Zoos and aquariums that are part of the WAZA often break the rules of this organization. Some basic WAZA guidelines restrict animal cruelty, displaying animals for entertainment, stunts, and tricks. Over 1,200 aquariums and zoos in 78 countries connected with WAZA participate in such animal misconduct. Visitors of these entertainment facilities are often petting the animals. The animals are often trained to do degrading and unnatural acts only to attract more visitors. Number 2. Petting is the most stressful captive animal activity that 43% of WAZA partners frequently offer. Petting the animals has been proven to cause them anxiety and stress. Around 33% of the WAZA partner facilities allow visitors to swim or walk with the animals. About 30% of the aquariums and zoos make animals perform in front of people. 23% of them let the visitors hand feed the animals. And number 3. There is 96% chance that an elephant in an entertainment facility is treated poorly. If we don't count marine animals, the elephant is the biggest animal in captivity. Considering the size of elephants, one would think that they are giving plenty of space in captivity. Unfortunately, that is not true at all. Captivity is very harsh on them. They are chained most of the time on short chains. Young elephants are often separated from their mothers and get beaten during training. and extremely disturbing when considering elephants are known for being very emotional. Number 4. Polar bears have 1,000,000 times less space in zoos than they would have in the wild. One of the noticeable animal captivity facts is that most animals in zoos don't have nearly enough room. Elephants are not the only big mammals that require more space than they are given in captivity. Besides polar bears, lions and tigers also have much less space than if they were free, about 18,000 miles less. Moreover, these animals are often perceived as aggressive, hence why people think there are so many bear attacks, and they are often feared more than they should be. Number 5. The so-called surplus animals in zoos are often killed even if they are healthy. Even though many of us want to know how many animals die in zoos each year, these numbers are not easy to track. According to In Defense of Animals, up to 5,000 zoo animals are killed each year, mind you, only in Europe. What's even more worrisome is that European Association of Zoos and Aquariums recommends killing animals in some situations, even if they are perfectly healthy. Core rules need to change in order to protect these animals. Number 6. China has over 5,000 captive tigers, which they use for traditional medicines. World Animal Protection revealed the shocking fact about Chinese traditional medicine. The captive tigers, as well as lions, are being exploited for their bones and body parts. Supposedly, certain body parts of these animals have healing properties, beneficial for treating various ailments, but they come at a hefty price. Before collecting bones and organs, these animals are treated very poorly, leading to physical and psychological suffering. In the USA, we have about 3,500 tigers in the wild and approximately 8,000 in captivity. Most are kept on breeding farms. 7. Only 18% of captive animals are considered endangered, proving that zoos aren't engaged in conserving rare or endangered animals. One of the biggest zoo myths is that one of their primary purposes is animal conservation. A minority of animals kept in zoos are threatened. This is about 700 of almost 4,000 captive species. Most zoos are not planning on releasing the animals at any time, and if they did, zoo animals would almost certainly die in the wild without human care. Number 8. Only 2 female northern white rhinos remain captive, meaning that this endangered species in captivity is almost extinct. Unfortunately, since there are no known males of this species, captive or in the wild, they will soon be extinct. The last known male died in the wilderness, and only his daughter and granddaughter remain. They are guarded in a Kenyan sanctuary. Right now, there are only about 5,000 black rhinos and 20,000 regular white rhinos remaining in Africa, and they are all categorized as critically endangered. Number 9. Captive animal trade of fur. Almost all 90% farm-raised foxes die for their fur. which is sold on the trim market. This use of animal pelts is becoming more popular than its use for making coats. About 100,000 carnivores in the U.S. die to traps, poison, shooting, etc. on behalf of the federal government. These numbers account for both captive and free animals on private and public properties. Chinese animal medicine also make use of bear organs. The practitioners keep nearly 10,000 unwilling bear organ donors on farms across Asia. And then number 10. Asian elephants can live up to 79 years in the wild, but in captivity tend to average only 15 years.